Ladies and gentlemen, today we're diving into a dramatic journey with Wonks' phone calls, Brother Jonks' party, and some tragic twists involving Sumei. Ready for Taejai stood on the sidelines like a spectator, while Sumei thought, another concerned dad, should I step in or not? When Taejai spotted the police, she vanished. Later, Sumei headed home, with Taejai trailing like a shadow. Sumei didn't blame Taejai for not helping, she just asked for her MP3 back, adding a touch of mystery to their friendship. Instead of a ransom, Sumei gifted her treasured card to Taejai. Taejai held the Dark Knight card like it was buried treasure, and Sumei turned around unexpectedly. Sumei character or scene name. Sumei dashed home, leaving Taejai standing there in shock, and as soon as Sumei opened the door, she realized her mom was borrowing some trouble from Jonksy. Watching her mom being tormented, Sumei froze like a deer in headlights, while the pursuing killer hurried to keep the scene interesting. When Taejai got home to find the door looked like a punchline to a bad joke, she calmly walked in only to discover two punks throwing a party in her apartment. Ho ha ha ha, indeed. Ah, you see, commend passers-by, they're all haters. Oh well, miss, it's actually me. Yelling out loud, Jonksy hurriedly called as if the goods were being chased by a meteor. Little did he know, his henchmen said they had a little hiccup, and the killer immediately transformed into the floor. By the time he reached the upstairs, Fat Bear was starring in a silent movie, and then the killer tossed the phone to Taejai, while Jonksy kicked off a precious camera bag trade. Hand over the goods, and they'll escape, otherwise the women and Sumei become their morning view. Hearing there were hostages involved, Taejai's eyes instantly sharpened, but to protect Sumei, she obediently tossed over the camera bag. Upon checking, 2 bags of thin flour. Confirming safety, the killer casually drew his gun as if it were breakfast. Watching them leave, Taejai grabbed the phone and dashed out, with Sumei yelling for help behind her, but no matter how fast Taejai ran, she couldn't outrun the car. She could only stand there and watch as they drove away, leaving me in front of the screen, unable to suppress a slight twitch of amusement to the corners of my mouth. In a moment, you'll see what happens next. Taejai grabbed the phone they left behind and, after following the text, found a car to take. Just as she drove off, the brothers quickly followed her, since Sumei was still in their clutches. So Taejai obediently complied, pulling an envelope from the glove compartment. Inside the envelope was a key. She picked up a bag from the subway station, opened the car, and found a toy car, while the chassis was just a bag of flour worth of value. Following orders, Taejai drove to the boss turf, and upon arrival, the boss greeted her like family. Thinking she was meeting a business associate, Taejai looked utterly confused, completely missing the point, and awkwardly pulled out the flyer. The boss' expression turned instantly miraculous. He thought, this is no ordinary situation. The phone rang. He answered to find Wonks' trick, sending Taejai with goods and anonymously alerting police. What a schemer. Boss Wu, humiliated to the brink of internal injury, picked up the flyer and launched it straight at Taejai's face. But now wasn't the time for pity. Boss Wu ordered his men to toss Taejai to the police while he hurried to find a safer escape route. Suddenly, Taejai smashed right into Boss Wu's car, a dramatic moment fit for an actor's career. He looked terrified, quickly reversing, but blind to Taejai's presence, he carelessly threw her into the backseat to talk about bald. However, the road ahead was tightly blocked by the police. This shady transaction was none of his business. All he wanted was to rescue Sumei and her mom, while Taejai was pressing down hard on Wu's car. As Wu looked set to escape, Taejai's spirit ignited. She leaped into action, only to freeze instantly upon opening the trunk. Talk about a sudden change in atmosphere. The trunk of this car actually concealed Sumei's mom's body, her hollowed-out form making it all the more embarrassing to behold. Taken to the police station, Taejai unwittingly became the prime suspect, remaining silent in response to their questioning as if saying, "I'm a riddle." Until she saw the Dark Knight card in her wallet from Sumei. Feelings surged back. Meanwhile, the police captain was checking Taejai's files when Fat Bear went silent. He hurriedly called the station where incidents also occurred. Reviewing surveillance, he found Taejai subdued 6 officers in 4:30, stealing a dossier. Meanwhile, Sumei was brought home by an old lady, where many captured orphans were kept a dark secret indeed. These brothers raised them solely for the inhumane organ trade, and Sumei's mother's boyfriend also fell into their hands. Jonksy had intended to interrogate him with an axe, but who knew his brother was a complete creep, yanking at the guy's shirt and calling for help. Ian X. Help me, you jerk. And drowning. You scared me to death. What are you doing? I was eating. Open your eyes for me. These two brothers are more sinister than a horror movie. Even though Jonksy didn't get his hands dirty, his henchmen acted like outsiders, wiping out the escaping Boss Wu effortlessly. The vengeful Taejai found a peddler and instantly tossed out the phone Jonksy had given her, eager to know who bought it. The little boss, new to society, clueless about weapons, handed her for a business card comically.